Hi folks, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. We're continuing our theme of getting the 2018 Newmar products online and well videoed in very quick fashion. So by the way, thank you guys. 1,500 views on one of the videos we just shot yesterday. It probably didn't even go up until 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and get up this morning, it had 1,500 views on it. Lots of good comments. Thank you. You said you liked the longer videos, so we'll be a little more detailed. Here we go. Let's get started. This is a Canyon Star, so we have Newmar's top-end gas model. This of course will be built on the 26,000 gross vehicle weight rating chassis as well from Ford. That's an F53 chassis. This is the 3710 model. So that's a 2018 Canyon Star 3710. That's what we're doing. Graphics, the masterpiece finish here. This is actually the Excalibur paint scheme. Love it. Absolutely love this. Sometimes I think we get a little too much browns and reds and tans and stuff like that. Me personally, I know a lot of people love those, and that's great. As long as they keep selling, we'll keep making them. But I love the grays and the blacks and the silvers and kind of a hint of blue maybe in there, it looks like a little bit. Maybe it's just a grayish blue, or maybe I'm colorblind. Don't know, but I like the paint job. I know that. Up top, you look here, we have our, of course, it's a power awning, but it's also the Dinette with the metal wrap around it that protects you as you're going through the campground. Little sticks sticking out from the trees aren't going to tear that awning. Same thing on the slide topper. That's actually protecting your slide topper as well. Of course, Newmar, the slide is recessed back into the wall. You don't have that leading edge sitting there that's going to catch wind, rain, water, noise, all that stuff. This is something that is just, it goes through the entire Newmar line from Baystar Sport to King Air. This is how they do it. Recessed back into the wall. It's just a better fit for your slide room and less issues. Let's take a look at some of the features we have on this. Of course, starting up front, we have aluminum rims all the way around. Those are Alcoa aluminum rims, 22.5-inch tires, so you have a big tire on this just like you have on your diesel pushers. New for 2018. That is our flagpole holder. Your little adapter fits right in there, and your flagpole mounts from there. You don't have to make special arrangements with zip ties and bricks or whatever, screws into your coach to hang your flag out. You can do it very, very easily. We do have the chrome mirrors on here, side cameras as well. And there is a clear, it's hard to see on the videos, I know, there's a clear film that goes all the way around the front. It starts right here. I know that's hard to see on the video, I apologize, but this film goes all the way across the front of it to protect against bugs and rock chips, so that's good. They also put it in smart places, like right here. That clear film is there as well, so when you walk up with your keys jingling in your hand, you're not going to scratch up your door. It'll protect you there as well. 10-gallon gas electric water heater. That'll give you a little bit longer shower than a 6-gallon, so that's good. Start taking a look here for some storage. We can see we've got our converter and inverter there, but this is also deep. That storage goes way back in there, so that's always good. For our TV option, mounted in the side wall instead of down below where it's going to use up a lot of your exterior storage, or at the very least be in the way. Sony TV mounted up high. It's on a swivel. You just pull it out and tilt it whatever direction you want it to go. When you're done, it stows away. The magnets hold it in place. You do have a little Bluetooth outdoor receiver here. It'll get the radio signal. You've got USB you can do here as well. You can charge your goodies out here. So that's nice. All right, moving on. Storage. Now these compartments are lit. So there's a little light. You can't see, it's very sunny today, but there's a little light in there, so at night you would be able to see what you're doing in there. You don't have to have a flashlight in the crook of your neck. And for a gas coach, this coach has excellent storage. That goes all the way through. That's a pass-through. Here's our freshwater tank, and this is whenever you're running your furnace, this compartment does get some heat into it as well to keep things from freezing. All right, more storage here. You can see your tanks are mounted below the floor. They're not hiding under the bed or something. They're actually mounted below the floor. That gives your coach a little better center of gravity. You've got controls down below this tank. Those are for your awning with the wind sensor on it. The controls for that are down there. You also have, in a few different places on the outside here, you've got 110 outlets. So if there's anything you want to plug in, either for your basement or you want to charge your cell phone out here and plug in that way, you can certainly do that. More storage. And look how well everything is finished off. Their side swing baggage doors are not the doors that lift up like this. When they lift up like, you know, vertically, they're always in your way. You're banging your head on them, you can't get out of the way, they're in the way of the slide room. So these are very well finished. This is an automotive bulb seal here, and it's not glued on, it's not an adhesive. There's actually a metal, a piece of steel in there, spring steel, that actually pushes that onto there so it can't come off. And you know, so many times we'll walk by a coach and there'll be a piece of the door seal laying on the ground because the adhesive failed. There's no adhesive. That's actually kind of crimped around the edge of that on there. It's just a better way of doing things. All right, and get a shot in there. More pass-through storage back there. Come around the back. We have a 5,000-pound hitch on here. We have a camera that is molded up into the top, right into the cap instead of bolted on the back of your coach. This is a one-piece fiberglass cap, nice radius curves all the way around. It just looks good. These are mirrors, kind of chrome. When we get ready to deliver this coach to a customer, we're going to peel these off, and it really shines. This coach looks like going down the road. This coach absolutely looks like a diesel going down the road. That's what they kind of, I think, had in mind when they designed it that way. But these look great when they're mirrored. It got here yesterday. We have not had a chance to peel these off yet. All right, moving on. Here's our 50 amp shore power cord, and one of the spots where you can terminate your black tank here. So you can come right off of there to dump your black tank. Your knife valve, your gate valve there is actually in the protected area, so it's not out exposed to the elements. We optioned up to the 7,000 kW generator. 7,000, 5,500 is enough for this coach. There's no question about that. You can run everything on this coach off of 5,500. But when you step up to the 7,000, you actually gain headroom. You know, you're just not, you don't have to think about, you know, what order you turn things on or anything like that. 7,000 is just going to be a better fit for a coach of this ilk. Our fuel fill is on this side, and then we have a separate little compartment down here where we store the sewer hose. That's nice just because you don't want your sewer hose mingling with other things. Aluminum, these are all aluminum doors, by the way. Stepping up. Here's our wet bay. Now in our wet bay, we have hot and cold water out here so we can rinse off or hose the dog down if he goes and gets in something. We do have a whole house. This is a residential water filtration system. Every drop of water that comes through this coach goes through there. So you're all protected there. This is a heated compartment. And then you've got your other spot for termination. When you have these bath and a half floor plans, you sometimes need two different points in order, or two different black tanks, so you got to have two different places to dump them. So that's what that's for there. This is your second termination point for dumping your gray and black tanks. All right, moving forward, again, side swing doors. You can see that hose laying there. That hose is for winterization purposes. That will actually suck the RV antifreeze straight out of the bottle, which is a lot nicer than I remember the way we used to have to do it. Back in the day, had to dump about 7 gallons, 8 gallons of RV antifreeze into the fresh water tank and circulate it that way. That took a lot more fluid and a lot more effort, and it was never easy dumping the fluid into the tank. So this is just so much easier. You could winterize this coach with 3 or 4 gallons of RV antifreeze and do it pretty darn quickly. So that's good. Shut these. If we open this one up, you can see a pull-out battery tray. That's a very diesel-like feature. We have 4 house batteries, 4 12-volt interstate batteries there on a pull-out tray, so you can get to them, check the water levels, that type of thing. You don't see pull-out trays on gas coaches. You know, they usually, most of the gas coaches in the industry have 1 or 2 house batteries, and they hide them up front, where if you were going to even change the battery, you'd have to get them out through the bottom. That's no fun. This is just a much better setup. And last but not least, we have propane. All right, coming back around front, get a good shot of the front end here. I want to point out, some of these are starting to peel off here. This is that protective film. This is all mirrored on the front as well. All right, without further ado, I know you want to see the inside of this coach. We're going to run inside real quick and show you what it looks like going down the road with the slides in, and then we'll open it all up. Come on. Okay, we are inside of our 2018 Canyon Star 3710. Slides are in right now. This is exactly how we would go down the road. So I want to show you the space. We've got a good 1.5 feet, probably 14 inches or so here to walk through. No tight points whatsoever. The only one you get to, until you get right here, it gets a little snug going through there. So it's not a hard squeeze or anything. Again, I'm not a small guy, so I come in about 220, 225. So if I can get through there, most people are certainly not going to have any issues. Nice wide open to the bathroom area here for the half bath. Obviously the refrigerator is very easy to get to. Even the washer dryer cabinet here. Not that I think a lot of people are going to be doing laundry going down the road, but you could get in there. Sometimes people don't do the washer dryer option. They may have that as a closet, and then you might want to get in there going down the road. So you can see my aisleway here, nice wide open floor plan. Let's get her opened up, and we'll show you the coach all expanded. Okay, the 2018 Canyon Star 3710, we are inside. By the way, don't forget to ask for me. That's the #1 rule of videos. Moving on from that, let's take a look. This is a bath and a half floor plan. Bath and a halves are all the rage right now, obviously. But this one has a few surprises in it. New wood. This is called the Calypso wood package. New wood color. They did away with Empire Maple, and we get this traded off. This just looks a little more modern. I think Empire Maple was getting a little dated, so I was kind of glad to see that go, and something even better replace it. So that's good. We'll start at the front and we'll work our way back. Okay, as I've mentioned in another video or two, they finally fixed this cabinet. This cabinet was too big. It had that huge Sony home theater system. We love the Sony home theater system, but it was just so big that it made this cabinet stick out. This was a definite head knocker. So now there's plenty of room in here. Your DVD player's in there, Blu-ray player rather, and there's plenty of room in here for if you choose to do some sort of satellite system. Your satellite receivers can go in here, or anything else you want to put in here. But they were able to scale this cabinet back a little bit and make it much more open feeling up in the cockpit area, and it's not a head knocker. Gave us two nice storage cabinets here as well. Oops, get my head out of the camera. All right. Of course, we have JBL speakers. They're located up there. So this is a good sounding sound system. We do have a Sony stereo system built into the dash with Bluetooth. Your controls over here to the driver's left, you're going to have, of course, heated mirrors. That's the little red button. Everybody always wants to know what the little red button does. Another little red button, that's actually your mirror for your heat, which hopefully you're not using that very often because you know, if you're using your heated mirror feature, you're not in the right climate. Take this thing and point it towards the equator and keep driving. We do have a fully automatic leveling system here as well. So, you know, basically to level your coach, you pull in, leave the engine running, pull into your campsite, set the parking brake, hit power, hit auto level, and just sit back and wait. The coach will level itself completely. Two drink holders up here for the driver, so one for bourbon and beer. I mean, you know, coffee and tea. And then on the passenger side over here, you got a nice cup holder there as well. Big flat dash area, which is always nice. It's always nice to have a place to set things while you're up here. If you have iPhone, you can do iPhone navigation outputs to right here, and that'll actually show on your screen. There's your microphone for your Bluetooth. Got a nice little workstation here. So if you want to put your laptop or your tablet up, you can. And then there's all sorts, and I'm going to get out of the way so you can hopefully get a shot of this. There are all sorts of plug-ins down here. We have USBs, we have 110, we have 12 volt, all down here where the passenger can get to them. So whatever devices you have with you, you can certainly power them up. Very small hump for the engine in here. It's not intrusive at all. You know, they've done a good job of minimizing that. I remember back in the day there were these huge humps that you had to climb up and over, and when you stood up on them your head would hit the ceiling because they were so tall. But not the case anymore. They actually made this pretty nice. All right, we'll move into the kitchen area. Everybody wants to see the kitchen storage, so without further ado, let's start opening cabinets and drawers. All right. Oops. serious kitchen storage. 1, 2, 3, 7 drawers in this coach, so that's nice. Beautiful Corian, as always, made right there at Newmar. And then you have the nice backsplash. They do that themselves as well. Okay, try to close some of these up now. Moving on. Double bowl stainless steel sink. Your faucet is a pull down sprayer as well, so that's nice. All your shades in this coach, you do have the MCD style shades in here. This is your blackout shade, but there's also, if you want to just use a screen, you can do that as well. So during the day you can have those down and you can kind of still see what's going on outside, but people can't see in. And then at night you want your full privacy, obviously, so you pull that down. 30-inch residential convection microwave. 3-burner cooktop covered by Corian. It's undermounted. Okay. Residential refrigerator. So this coach does have an inverter just dedicated for the refrigerator. So going down the road, people worry about these because they no longer run off propane, and I'm telling you, it's nothing to worry about. You could go for 18, 24 hours just off of batteries if you had no other input to charge the batteries. Now, when you're driving down the road, your batteries are charging. When your generator's running, your batteries are charging. When you're plugged in at a campground, your batteries are charging. So, you know, all of those things keep the batteries juiced up, which keeps your inverter doing what it's supposed to do, inverting, and your refrigerator powered up. So you don't have to worry about, this doesn't run off propane. The truth is it's a lot more reliable than the propane refrigerators ever were, and people love the extra space of the residential refrigerator. They're just, it's a bigger refrigerator. On the propane-based ones that would fit in the same hole, you put a gallon of milk in there and you're pretty much done. They really fill it up. Okay, we'll move on to pantry. Love the pantry. We've got the pull-out adjustable shelves. You can change the height on those. These are easy pull all the way out. I kind of want these at home because whatever you want's always at the back of the pantry. So, you know, even if it is, it's easy to get to in this case. All right, let's move on to furnishings a little bit. We have a booth dinette with the Dream Dinette feature, which means it very easily pushes down. It's just on a little hydraulic strut, no poles to pull out. So this does make into a bed. 1 adult, 2 kids, something like that can sleep there. And then we have the coolest new exclusive to Newmar feature for 2018. If you haven't seen this on my other video, you're gonna love it. Okay, so here's our sofa. We're going to remove the 3 cushions. Did I mention this is exclusive to Newmar? They helped develop this with Flex Steel. And instead of having a hide-a-bed, which is extremely uncomfortable, they came up with this. Check that out. I'm getting better at it. The first time I was a little herky-jerky. It's actually not hard to do. It's just different, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. So, this. All right. What'd that take? 30 seconds, and I'm all set up. We have bunk beds, twin-size bunk beds. Adults can sleep here. This is the top bunk will hold 300 pounds. Bottom bunk will hold whoever. So if you've got a couple, they could sleep here. You know, you can still do a regular hide-a-bed option if you want to, but they're just not that comfortable. But when you have grandkids or something like this, you can stack them separately if you got a boy and a girl, and you didn't lose anything to gain some wonderful sleeping. When we go to these bunk bed models, you know, you put some full-time bunks in the middle of the coach, it kind of screws up the rest of the floor plan in a lot of cases, and that's just not the case here. This is just a nice sofa. It's comfortable to sit on, it's comfortable to sleep on, and you saw how fast it converted. So I love this feature, and it's exclusive. All right, when you're sitting or laying on the sofa, you've got a nice entertainment center here. Because we did away with the Sony system, they actually went to something even better. They went to a Bose. This is called the Solo 5, I believe, is the model on that, if you want to look that up. But the Bose Solo 5 soundbar system. It is Bluetooth compatible as well, so if you want to play your Pandora and listen to it through your Bose system, that's easy enough to do. You have a fireplace that can put out heat or just put out the ambiance, whatever you prefer there. And this is sitting at a nice angle directly to the sofa towards the booth. Even the driver's seat turned 180 degrees, you would have great viewing. So from practically anywhere in this coach, you've got a really nice viewing angle. I mentioned earlier the half bath, easy to get to going down the road, but it's also, as soon as I walked in, it was much bigger than I anticipated. You've got good storage behind the toilet there, but this is not, and I don't know if it comes through on the video that well, but this is not a cramped bathroom. There's actually a pretty roomy little half bath. Now this closet has many options, one of which is the stackable washer dryer, which is what we have here. These are Whirlpools, new model washer for Whirlpool this year, which is good. If you wanted to do an all-in-one unit, you could do that. If you wanted to do no washer and dryer and just have hanging above and below, you could do that. So very versatile closet space here. There's no wrong way to do this. Some people couldn't live without the washer and dryer. Other people would prefer to have the storage space. Like I said, no wrong answers. Just you have all the options. When we walk back here, we see a king bed and a 37-foot bath and a half. Usually your coaches that are 37 foot, something like that, they're not going to have a king bed and a bath and a half. They're going to be a queen. So Newmar did a good job of getting the king in here, and still it's still a walk around bed. Tony's on one side, I'm on the other. Neither one of us are cramped. There are plug-ins on both sides of the bed. They're down on the bed pedestal themselves. You do have Corian little nightstands, Corian topped little nightstands on both sides, lighting above the bed. Your windows do open so you can get a cross breeze in there. And we have two nice wardrobe closets. Wardrobe closets is kind of redundant. On either side of the bed, as well as 6 drawers below. Sony TV in here with a Blu-ray player up in the top shelf here. There is storage under the bed on the Newmar models as well. Okay. Then we come back into our bathroom suite, our master bath. This is a very large shower, one of the bigger ones you're going to see in an RV application. Low step into there as well. I know that's important to a lot of people. You don't have a huge step up. Good counter space around the sink. Nice vanity or medicine counter rather. And then more storage over here. I love having a linen closet in an RV bathroom because you usually don't. You're usually cramming your towels underneath a cabinet, underneath the bed, in a basket somewhere. Actually having a really nice linen closet, that's a big plus. Okay, one thing I always try to talk about with the Newmar models is they're second to none when it comes to how well the box itself is built. These are the thickest floors, the thickest walls, the thickest roofs in our industry. They have more insulation in them than anybody else is using. This is not salesmanship. If you come here, I will let you measure the thickness of the walls and compare it to anybody else out there, or the roof or the floor. It doesn't matter. When you feel it, I always have customers stand inside the door and put a finger inside and a finger outside to feel the thickness of the wall. And it's just significantly different. That matters. When you're in the campground, you don't want to hear your neighbors don't want to hear you. You want this coach to be easy to heat and easy to cool, and it is. You want, going down the road, your coach to be a very, very quiet coach, and it is. It's significantly quieter than other brands. I know that any salesperson can say that, and I get that. If you come in, we will take you for a test drive, and you will see it right away. Right now, we're sitting right on an interstate, and you don't hear anything. I think we've covered most of it. I hope you like this this coach. It's a beautiful bath and a half floor plan. It's kind of bath and a half with bunk beds if you want them. So that's a really cool feature. My name is Chris Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.